Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Remnant 2. This is going to be the second episode, as long as I keep editing the way that I feel like I should. To recap what happened, we made it to a place called Ward 13, we met a bunch of people, weird mysterious things going on. The founder, Ford, of Ward 13 asked us to help him with a little favor, which involved activating a giant red crystal that looked a lot similar to this one. He touched it, he disappeared. Our friend Clementine, who helped us survive earlier, also ended up touching it, but seemed to be taken away by something. And to try to save her, we decided to touch the crystal, and we ended up here. So, let's go ahead and look around for Clementine. I do want to point out, this door looks a little strange, wouldn't you say? And I wonder, ooh, we can interact with it. Ooh, we need an item to interact with it. Maybe we'll think about that in the future, but we'll see. I'm being a little fishy just because I already know what that is. Let's go ahead and explore this place, though. This place looks really pretty.
Ford!
Gilded statue of a guy with a weird head.
Where are you guys?
Now entering Beatific Palace.
Crystal and Ford. Better get moving if I'm gonna find Clementine.
Okay, what we got here to start out with, it looks like there is like a, I don't know what you call this, a floor mural, I guess? It's got a lever, and it requires what looks like two faces. A maybe black and gold face, and a just gold face, maybe? And it does not look like we can interact with the lever yet, so we'll ignore this. I will say I'm kind of glad we got this world to be our first world. I think this place is one of the prettiest places. And also, this entire area is unique to just this game as well. It is not a part of, we didn't visit it in a different game. It doesn't even really remotely look like anything we went to in either Chronos Before the Ashes or Remnant from the Ashes. The naming's a little weird. We're going down a little elevator, and those pies look a little weird. I had my weapon mode active. They are enemies, but I do want to just kind of show them off. They look rather weird. They got really weird wings. They've seen me now, so they're after me. I dodged that. I'm getting shot at. I am a terrible aim. Oh my gosh. Let's hide. There we go. Our dog actually can do quite a bit of damage when he can hit them, but a problem with these guys is I think that a lot of them can fly. Ooh, we can rest at a checkpoint. This is a smaller version of that crystal we had earlier. The big crystals, or the big crystal we came from, basically, act as like a big checkpoint, whereas these ones are little. We can rest at these ones, and we can technically teleport to places. We could even go back to Ward 13 right now if we want to. This tells us a little bit about resting in multiplayer. We can't teleport to these checkpoints unless we were actively, like this was the last checkpoint we'll use. These ones aren't really meant to be... How do I say that? I don't really know how I'm trying to say what I want to say, but we'll just keep going anyway. Lots of things in this room. You can dodge a lot also just by strafing correctly as well, I think. I just happen to know this room has a lot of enemies, so I'm trying to stay back here so I don't get jumped by them. They're also shooting golden-looking fire at my dog, and my dog is on fire, but he's okay. He did put it out. Very good. Dogs know fire safety rules. If you're lit on fire, stop, drop, and roll. This is a very grand and illustrious place. And a little bit of sinister undertones. We'll learn a little bit more about this place as we go along. I will spoil, this world is secretly 3 worlds in a trench coat. We'll just put it like that. First off, there's a weird kind of drawing on the wall here. We can't currently do anything with that, so we'll leave it behind. Maybe now would be a good time to also mention, is it, if I press M? Yeah, I can open up the map by pressing M. The map is decent, I guess. It tells you the relevant information that you need to know. There's these weird stuff, apparently a shrine's over there. We haven't gone to it yet. I will say, it is useful to focus on this legend on the left. This is telling us this is a doorway, and it's also a doorway on the main path of this area. Like, if we want to complete the story of this area, we will eventually need to go through this door. But we currently can't, so let's go this way. Actually, let's go this way. I think we could get some items down here, maybe. And if I remember, yep, there's just a guy sitting up there being creepy. This one doesn't have wings, and he's also kind of more dressed in what looks to be like a silver and blue, which is interesting. The other ones we fought were mostly in like cloth, and like they had the wings. Oh, I should also, if I'm gonna play this for a while, we did I guess I should. Should I use these? I probably should. I mean, it's, I don't know. A part of the pack I bought for this game, where that gave me these extra armors for whatever reason, also gave me some starting items. Every character gets liquid escape. Basically, if I get stuck somewhere, I can consume this and it just kills me, so I can respawn at the checkpoints, the red crystals that we saw earlier. But it also gave me ammo boxes. I can replenish my ammo if I run out. These blood roots, this will give me healing over time. We saw that earlier. But more importantly, it gave me something called Mudtooth's Elixir, which will increase my experience game for 60 minutes. If I'm going to play for a while, I might as well use it. Even if I die, this buff will persist. The only thing that can get rid of it early is if I drink another elixir and I replace its effects with that elixir. And elixirs are different from consumables in this game. If we run into some, I'll explain how that works. There is kind of a bad guy in here, so... They should be coming. Yep, that's him. I'm gonna make my dog howl so I have higher defense. And it should go after my dog as well. This is basically a ring wraith from, like, Lord of the Rings. He's teleporting around, he's got a big scary magic sword. Let's go ahead and... Oh, he's behind me. I did not see him. I thought he was in front of me somewhere. I'm gonna see if I can lure him into my spike traps here. I gotta reload. And we killed him. That is what was called an elite enemy. There's lots of them in this game. What makes them unique is they can drop special rewards, namely this stuff called Luminite. It is effectively an upgrade material. If I were to compare it to something like Elden Ring or Dark Souls 3 specifically, it would be either... Oh, what's it called in the game? I don't remember the name now. We'll say it's like somber smithing stones, but it's also... It has other uses as well, from... If we're comparing it to Elden Ring, which that's not a very good comparison. Real quick, this is a weird item. It is a faceplate, and if we go to our inventory, we can expect it. Looks a little weird. This will most likely fit in that area we saw earlier by the door, but we're going to need 2 to make that area work, so 1 won't just cut it. A lot of quest items, actually a lot of items in this game have lore, even like the weapons. I'm not sure if I should do a bunch of reading on that. I don't know if you guys would enjoy a lot of reading, or if you'd just like to see me shoot the bad guys. Sorry, I needed a sip of water there. It does reveal a name. This apparently is someone who is called Fei Lin. So that's a name we might want to keep in mind. I think I can actually shoot these down, can't I? No, I can't. Okay. I might be able to hit them. Maybe, can I? Oh, wrong button. Sorry. No, I cannot break them. Okay. I don't trust them, and I never do. I know now that they don't do anything. But every time I walk through that corridor, I just don't trust them. Oop. Go. As you saw right there, some of them are pretending to be encased in stone. In fact, probably are actually encased in stone. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot them and wake them up because I don't want them to try to surprise me later. And I think there's one up there. My gun should be effective at this range. Yes, it is. Oop. I thought I killed him. I am out of ammo. It's X to switch. I thought I had more ammo. I was not really paying attention. And there's more guys over here. Owie, that hurts. You have to forgive my movement. Again, like I said last episode, I am not used to mouse and keyboard. So you'll have to forgive me while I get used to this kind of thing. That was a chest. We found one earlier. I didn't really comment on it. We got some items. They're mostly just for crafting. Scrap is basically money. Ooh, there's some ammo right there. You know it's long gun ammo because it's red, and handgun ammo will be white. Is there? I think... Oh, wait, no, there's one right there. I knew there was a chest somewhere nearby. We got a consumable. We got purified salve, or salve.
Let's do this.
I'm gonna go ahead and kill this guy real quick before I talk about that. Oop. Oop. There we go. Go to inventory. Purified salve. It will cures the curse debuff and increases blight resistance by 25, or by 25 units, and it lasts 10 minutes. Sorry, I thought it was saying by 25 seconds. It's a cool little silver dish with this really gross looking yellow paste, but that's fine. It tells us a little bit about that. Somebody named the Red Prince we might be seeing, we also might not be. And also somebody called the One True King, which might be a character that's important to one of the DLCs of this game. We probably won't be seeing much of him, but there's a chance we might be. Again, everything in this game has quite a lot of randomness to it. Let's switch back to this one and reload it. We got another, like, doorway, but we cannot currently access it. I just thought there might be something over here. There wasn't. Let's go ahead and... Oop, I messed up. Okay. I'm gonna walk back around and I guess see you guys when I'm up there. Okay, we're back up the stairs. We already kind of pretty much explored what we could that way, so let's go this way. I believe there is always a book here. I don't know if this book really reveals anything. If you don't like reading it like this, there is like another way to read it. This looks like it's just a kind of, I don't know, like a short story kind of thing. This doesn't really reveal, as far as I'm aware, like anything major. It's just more about... This kind of gives you a look into the mind of these people that we are currently fighting against. This is a look into their culture. And as you can see, the moral of this story is trust is for fools. We can assume that these people are very mistrustful and value, I guess, cunning, outsmarting kind of thing. We can't really fully trust these people, I do not think. This was also a big chest, so we got some things. We got relic fragments. I didn't really talk about them. We got one earlier. Let's see if I can find where that is. Is it still here? No, it's over here, isn't it? This is the relic fragments thing. Basically, as we find relics, it'll fill out these, and there's different like levels of relics as well. So this is a cracked relic fragment. There's better ones. There's like I don't know. They get up to pretty high numbers. They just give us passive bonuses if we have them equipped. We can have 3 equipped right now. And eventually this will go into a prism system that I can't say I fully know about because they've updated it a couple times since I've last played this game, I think. Prisms are like the hot new thing that they gave out. Looks like we gotta go this way, so let's go ahead. They got weird fire, which, I don't know, I guess it's weird to me, maybe not to them. A lot of these cool looking paintings that I cannot tell you anything about. I don't know, like it just looks like one of the ring wraiths, but he didn't have those weird wings behind him. Just, there's a lot of stuff like that, especially in this world. I think there's... Oh, I thought I heard one. I thought there was a bad guy nearby, but... Nope, there definitely is. I still hear him. Is he down here? Well, we'll be going down there in a second. This is weird. On the map, it said this is a shrine. And if we interact with it, there's just a pool of water, and we take a sippy. It gave us a buff. If at any time you want to read what buffs you have, I think it really only works with mouse and keyboard. You can see them at the top left of your character screen, and if you hover over them, we got the Fey Cleanse buff, clears all status effects and blights, and increases health regen by 0.85 HP per second, and there's the Mudtooth Elixir, we already know that. Effectively, these are placed all around this type of world. It's mostly used to get rid of a buff called, or sorry, a debuff called Curse. Curse will limit your maximum HP for as long as it's active. And you might be wondering why they're placed around. It's because there was a king, his name was the One True King, and somebody tried to do a coup on him, his own son, the Red Prince. And the Red Prince made this magic curse stuff to limit the king's health, or basically his subjects' health. And so the king basically responded by making like these emergency shrines all around to combat against the sorry, I should be fighting when I'm just talking right now. Although I am winning, so we're doing good. That scrap shot made them all really slow there, which is why they were moving like that. And it was also causing bleeding, so they were taking damage over time. That was just very, very useful scenario. Yeah. That is some lore about this area. I won't say that I know everything about this game. I have some of my own theories to some things. It's been a long time since I played this game or looked into its story, so I am probably a little rusty on some of the aspects of it, but you know, it's still a cool game. I have a lot of fun with it, and I do genuinely like its story as well. There's another one of those blue ones without wings. Kind of weird. We also saw a really big fairy back there. I did spoil that they're fairy. They're called the Fae. They're basically like, I guess, elf people. Fairies. They're the ancient kind of Fae, the scary kind that do weird tricks. We saw they were they value mistrust over trust from that book we read earlier. Or book we looked at. We didn't really read it. I don't actually remember if I've seen this one. I didn't know it showed us their face in a portrait before. That's a pretty good one. This is another book. I don't think it reveals much more. Yeah, I'm not reading all that. I'm sorry, guys. I think this is about that rebellion I was talking about with... Like, they're doing an interrogation, I believe. If I'm reading this correctly. But that's fine. We'll go ahead and go into this room, who has a very quirky little character. Ooh, am I going to figure out how to do this? Let me look up a... Oh, where is it? Options. I want to look up a keybind before I do this. Okay, if you're playing multiplayer, you can press G, and that tells you, like, you can tell your teammates go there. If I hold it, I think? Yeah, okay, this is what I was looking for. This is a special little NPC who's gonna he's gonna juggle for us, basically. He's juggling human skulls, and I guess I don't really know what those are. They're probably more skulls. If we clap for him during his performance, he should... Clap is down there, okay. So I'm gonna activate his performance. We gotta watch his performance as well. Hold G, emote, and clap. There we go. He gave us a special amulet because we clapped for his performance. That is a missable amulet as well for at least this section of the game. You'd have to replay this section essentially to try to get it again. We probably won't use it, but we don't have any amulets right now anyway, so we might as well. And this is just like a jester Fae. He's just a silly little guy. And he's happy we watched his performance. And he's gonna give us another gift. Magic Quill, new quest item. So if I go to, let's go to inventory, we can look at the Magic Quill. Very sparkly. Effectively, this is the tool we were missing that was also very unique to the Fae people to make doorways into other worlds. This isn't quite the same thing as like the red crystals, but it seems to be similar in some senses. So in fact, there's a door here. We might as well go through since we're nearby. We're gonna use this quill, and this quill is also sorry for spinning the camera like that. I wanted to look at something. The quill is multi-use. We get it back, so we now can open all those doors we saw earlier. If we interact with this, we will go somewhere else. And this is also a completely random place. This will not, if you find this in your own world, if you're playing, you might find something different. And we actually got the council chamber, which I believe I know is actually a fun one. This is actually a really fun one to start out with, I think.
Yeah, I don't trust this place.
I'm gonna go ahead and rest, and yeah, let's just go through this area and see. It's gonna talk about the area map. That's fine. I already know about it. If I were to click this place, it kind of shows us the map, and I can teleport to different places. We only have this one right now. I don't really need to teleport. We'll ignore that. Let's see what this place is about. First off, there is a really weird looking room up here, and if you look closely, there are 3 people sitting.
What a curious petitioner you are. Not of the Fae, nor of the denizens of this new world.
Send it away then. Fae law is not for foreigners.
On the contrary, Oneril. Though its rules differ for Fae and non, Fae law applies to all within the One True King's domain. Come, petitioner. Step up to the podium.
Okay. Nope, I have to be... Am I too close? Oh, I can just press
Hail,
it, sorry.
stranger. I am Savan, speaker of the One True King's Council. State your nature and business for the record, please.
Your nature, yes. What are you exactly? You're not one of the... well, what do they call themselves? The Dran, are you?
I forget the exact dialogue. You can kind of mess this up if you're a little too rude to them, because they're kind of a little persnickety, I think. But for the most part, I am not of this world at all, actually.
Then why, pray tell, should we waste our time with you? This is a Fae council, and we have more imperative matters than to play guide to outsiders.
I'm looking for my friend. That is actually
Your
true.
friend is here. Now? Oh, how distressing. Perhaps we can help you find them.
Perhaps not, or have you forgotten the rather large problem yet undealt with, starting with what lies beyond this very door?
I had not forgotten Oneril, but as we are at a standstill, I thought to turn our attention to something more refreshing for the time being.
Sadly, our resources must be devoted to the troubles at hand, Nael. Petitioner, we will not help you at this time. Good day.
What are these troubles you're having? Let's be a little helpful to these guys, because I happen to know
You have
we can get
wasted
some things
quite
here.
enough of our time, foreigner. The Fae have far more important concerns than you before us.
Hold a moment, Onoril. Perhaps this stranger could be of use to us. The Fae presently live in fear and uncertainty, stranger. The one true king has been usurped by an impostor, aided by one of those seated before you, but we know not which. As an independent party, you might find clarity where we have failed. Will you help us?
I need a little more information first, I think. Please tell
What?
me some things.
You are under no commitment unless and until you choose to make an accusation. That said, should you come across sufficient evidence, you are permitted, within certain conditions, to accuse one of those seated here, and this body will consider the accusation.
What happened that needs my investigation?
A great tragedy, stranger. For eons, the Fae and this council have faithfully served the one true king. But alas, his rule has been curtailed.
The impostor, Phelan or Pherin or whatever they call themselves now, placed the king in an eternal slumber from which he cannot be woken.
The king was attacked in his own chambers, behind this very door. The impostor could not have entered without aid from a member of this council.
But, of course, we all have our alibis, as you can imagine. None of us were here. This has been proven many times.
If you can find any evidence tying one of us to this tragedy or to the impostor, then Fae justice might be done.
It won't be enough, Savan. The impostor still sits upon the throne.
Yet, it will be a step, and a necessary one toward restoring order among the Fae.
You said I am permitted to accuse under certain conditions.
It means you're not Fae, and your life is easily forfeit.
Please, Onoril. Stranger, we will discuss the conditions of your accusation if and when you choose to make one.
Why do you need an independent party?
We do not. This farce does nothing.
Peace, Onoril. The law is clear on this point, as you well know.
I will answer your question, stranger. With a traitor among us, trust has shattered. If any of us were to produce evidence at this stage, it would be suspect by all.
And rightly so. Either of you would love any excuse to remove me from the council.
And you do not wish to hold half the council's power yourself, Onoril? You cannot pretend it isn't true.
Regardless, stranger, you are not from this world, either of these worlds. So, any evidence you bring would be free from the suspicions which we have cast upon ourselves.
I wonder what would be the more interesting. I think I probably can ask both. Let's start with, how do you know you can trust me?
Precisely my point. This foreigner may have any number of reasons for accusing any one of us.
Which is why, if and when evidence is produced, we alone will pronounce the final judgment.
And if that evidence has been falsified, tainted, how do I know one of you has not paid this interloper to act on your behalf?
Onoril, only you assume that everyone is as unscrupulous as yourself. Not everyone seeks power at any cost.
Very well. I will judge it when I see it. I trust no one, but I trust the two of you less than this foreigner.
Why would one of you have aided the imposter?
We now know that the impostor approached each one of us at some point, whispering promises of freedom and power, trying to poison our minds against the one true king.
He only said what we wanted to hear. Pity one of us listened.
Can you blame them, though? The imposter called out important truths.
Is that an admission of guilt, Nael?
If you would allow me to finish. I was saying he called out important truths that we must take to heart, despite the poison that obviously accompanied them. We would do well to address the flaws raised by the imposter. And I find it difficult to cast blame on any who thought there might be a smoother path towards doing so.
And yet that path has led to ruin. We have merely exchanged one tyrant for another.
Indeed, but our feelings on the outcome are irrelevant. This council must be absolved of guilt if we are ever to restore order to the Fae.
I think I should get going. I feel like we
As
asked
you
enough
will,
questions for
stranger.
now. This went on a
Should
little
you find
longer than I
evidence,
thought.
though, bring it before us.
So effectively, these three know one of them is a traitor, and they're having a hard time deciding which one it is, so it's up to little old me to accuse one of them. I would like to mention this is, like... This looks like it should be a mirror floor, but it's not quite. And I would also like to point out... Oh, it doesn't actually show up here. Okay. We'll look at that later. Oh, no, it does. I'm just looking too low. This reflection is not matching each one. And we'll worry about that later. I just want to point out the fact that this mirrored surface is not quite what it seems to be. For now, we can't really do anything else in that room besides talk to them more. They would tell us a little bit more story. Their king was effectively assassinated by someone called the Imposter. They mentioned by name either Fei Lin or Fei Rin. Kind of saying like two names, like it could be either one of them. Which I'm sure will be helpful later. This guy's going to be an enemy, but he hasn't attacked us quite yet. I was surprised he let us get that close, actually. Yeah, so we'll search around, and we'll see if we can help him out. I don't actually know which way we want to go. I feel like there's a lot of enemies coming for us right now. Oh, there's some. I think we probably should have went the other way first. Owie. Let's do scrap shop there. Have to reload. Oh, there's a big boy. Let's make our dog do defense. Let's do another scrap shot there, actually. Sorry if this gameplay is sporadic. I'm trying to be smooth with me fidgeting the camera around. Let's go ahead and head back for a little while, because I just want to see what's over here. I think, how do I explain this? So, each map is, like I said before, it's randomized. So this part really isn't randomized, and maybe, like, part of this hallway isn't, but everything after that point is slightly randomized. There could be different events, and I think there's a specific event in this room that we got. If it's like... Yeah, it is this one.
Okay.
Okay, there's two elite enemies there. One's like a wizard and one's the big guy. I think I could slow them both. I want to see if I could get the wizard first. Reload. Okay. And yeah, this whole kind of cathedral room is what... I don't know if this is the official name. This is what a friend of mine called it. It's an injectable, like, event. And in this case, it's a little puzzle that has two different rewards based on how you solve it. The puzzle involves these little, like, torches on the wall. Some of them are glowing purple, and some of them are glowing like a gold. Depending on how you shoot them, you get... If you shoot them, you can change their colors. I think I want to do that one first, actually. I think I would like all of these to become gold. So let's go ahead and do that. So all of them on the right are now glowing gold. Now I gotta get them all on the left glowing gold. As you can see, the way they work, if you shoot one, it affects the ones next to them. Very basic puzzle. And yeah, I think that'll solve it. There we go. Now, however, that puzzle had another solution if you made them all purple instead of the golden flame. So that is kind of going back to what I said, this game has a lot of replayability. You could maybe roll this adventure again and get this room, but do the other solution, I think. Yeah, this one. Owie. Ow, you hurt a lot, actually. Don't do that. Okay. And yeah, like I said, the other solution would be behind that door. Instead, we opened up this one, though. And we got White Pawn Stamp. This is our first ring, actually. Let's actually look... I forgot to look at this earlier. We got this necklace when we clapped for the Jester. Casting a mod or skill increases all damage by 15% for 20 seconds and increases cast speed by 35%. So I guess I will keep that on because that is pretty useful. The ring we just got reduces mod power requirement by 10%. So I don't really know how to describe mod power system. Basically, it's that bar on the bottom right that fills up when, you know, it charges my scrap shot if I shoot it down. Basically, I need less shots for that to, for me to use a charge of that again. I guess is the way to explain it. And we're done in this room. We could break a lot of these like chairs and could get scrap, but I don't really want to do that, so let's just go back this way. And like I said, we could get this council chamber room again in a different adventure, and we wouldn't necessarily have that as the injectable for this, I guess, dungeon, we'll call it. Like, side dungeon is what we're currently in. Let's go ahead and go this way. It looks like there's some iron I missed over here. I'll definitely get that. Yep, there we go. It was a little quiet for a little ways, but I guess that's because we cleared out a lot of the enemies. We just got our first level up. We're level 1 on Handler. We got a new perk. I'll read that in a second. I believe it's the one I'm thinking of. We do more damage near our dog, but that might be something else. We clear? Nope. If you hear music like that, that means there's a wave of enemies coming towards you, and they can come from behind you as well. They just like spawn around you. I hear something bad. Yep. I want a scrap shot. Let's do 2, why not? I want to make sure they die. Do I hear stuff behind me? No, it's just in this hallway. Still you up there. There we go. We got another Luminite crystal, that's really good. Did you drop anything? Some scrap? I hear my dog growling and I keep thinking there's something else, but I think we're clear. Let's go ahead and look at our archetype. We unlocked this perk. Gain 3% ranged melee and skill damage while the companion is within 40 meters of the handler. That seems... that probably will always be active as far as I'm aware. And it also, you can also look at these and it will tell you once my archetype's level 2, I get that one, level 3, level 4, and these also get upgraded, I think, at certain levels, but I forgot how to tell. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe you just unlock them. We'll see how that works, I guess. One thing I should mention, this goes true for any dungeon in the game, as far as I'm aware. You are guaranteed one random, just like, corpse purple item, so this should be a ring. Yes, it is. I'll read that in a second. There is also a, like, blue item. It's a blue perk tome, kind of. It lets me, or trait book, or trait tome, I think it's called. It lets me purchase one of those skills you saw me do earlier. I'll show you that again in a second. Maybe I'll show it when we find it, actually. I don't really need to over-explain it. You're also guaranteed one injectable event. Where did you come from? You definitely weren't there. I don't actually know where the weak spot of these guys is. Some enemies I don't think have them. Ones like that are just kind of tanky. If I didn't mention it before, you can safely walk through your own scrap shot, as well as other allies can walk through it. They don't have to... You don't have to worry about area of event, things like that. Although there are some you have to worry about if you're playing this multiplayer. If there's a mod called Firestorm you or a friend is using, just be aware of where they're shooting, because they can kill you really easy with that one. Accidentally. Is there anything over here? It doesn't look like it. I could break these vases, but I don't really want to. We got a new ring. Let's go ahead and look and see what that does. Leaking gemstone allows 20% of mod power generation to continue during an active mod. I don't think that works that well with this one, because our mod, let's see. An active mod is different from the type of mod I'm currently using. Like, this is an alternate firing mode. As soon as I shoot it, it's technically over, even though its effect is still active. Like, there's some mods where you activate its effect and it's not regenerating mod power until you're done with the whatever the mod does, I guess. We'll see if we can find an example of that, and maybe I can explain it a little better. I guess let's go this way. Oh, I did not see you. Is there one behind me? Is there one behind that chandelier? No, that's just the gold stuff. It looked a little weird to me, sorry. I think there are, like, sneak attack effects in this game. Let's go back the other way to see if there's anything up there. So, like, that enemy that I just shot at... Oh, where did you guys come from? Like, if an enemy is unaware of your presence and you can shoot them, I think you do just do a lot more damage. And that is actually a thing. Certain builds of what around me saw me, I don't know, I hear it. Are you coming up here? Oh, it's a ring wraith? Okay. Leave me alone. These guys suck sometimes, but I got him slowed at least. And he's bleeding. Oop, we got him. Okay. And I'm running out of ammo, but we got some more.
That's over.
I keep pressing all the wrong buttons to reload. And there was nothing up here except this. I guess we can drink it to get some HP back. Because it says it gives us HP regeneration for a while. That's actually a pretty good amount of regen. I mean, that'll stack with other things as well if you do a regen build. I should drink those more often, to be honest. I did not mean to do that, but I guess I'm meleeing you now. I was gonna shoot, but maybe I should melee these guys more. Oop, I missed. One problem with the claws, they do have a pretty short range, even though they're really quick. But I guess that compensates, because you do get to start with a really good, kind of longer range rifle. Worried something's coming over here, but I think they're coming this way, maybe? Yep. Oop. These flying ones I really hate. X to switch. There we go. I hear one. Yeah, and I don't have my good gun. Or ammo for my good gun. Luckily my dog is a really excellent tank. There we go. We got range, fire rate, that sounds good. X to switch. It's really hard to remember some of these keybinds. I'm not used to pressing X this often. But I'm learning. Was there anything out here? Looks like that was it. More paintings. There we go. Where? Why? Okay. I hate when they just come from nowhere behind me. I would like them to be consistently, like I very systematically cleared out the rooms behind me. There should be nothing behind me. You know? I should probably be using my other gun for a while. Ouch. Stop it! That was really weird. I don't know why. It looked like he was jumping, but he jumped a little too high. I don't know if you guys saw that. It looked really weird on my screen, I guess. I'm on fire. Some more. Okay. Give me more ammo. Let's reload this. Oh, there's one. Oh, there's a wizard. I dislike the wizards. They leave a lot of fire, and the fire hurts. Also, I think that one hurt himself with his own fire, I think. Which is a little funny. I think I'm gonna jump down here and get this healing effect. That would be very nice. And let's also reload. Oop. There's more of you around the corner than I thought, but we're good. One thing about the dog, he is a physical entity, so I don't know if you saw, he walked past me and he bumped me while I was in that doorway, which can throw off your aim a little bit. He can kind of be an obstacle to avoid sometimes. But it's all good. I mean, real dogs are like that. I hate you. Go away. Thank you. Let's switch to our other gun for a while. Guess this way. Trying to be very systematic. I am kind of a completionist when it comes to these kinds of games. I like trying to get everything I can. Within reason. There are some things that are maybe a little unreasonable, and I doubt I'll probably get everything in this playthrough of the game. Ooh, there it is. I was wondering what this is. This is the Toll of Knowledge I was talking about earlier. We got a trait point. Let's go ahead and spend it. T? I did! I figured it out. I found the right one. There is a maximum number of trait points you can allocate, but you can eventually like respec this if you want to make a different build. For now, I think I'm just going to keep putting it in Vigor, just for more health. Let's confirm changes. Did we get anything new recently? It's just talking about that. We got these, but I don't need to really talk about that. Let's go ahead and move on, because we're getting close to, I think, yep, actually probably right at the end of this part of the dungeon at least. I kind of doubt there's going to be any more enemies. I got stuck on the banister. I will say, these chairs look really uncomfortable. Maybe if you're like a really tall person, which these elf people are pretty tall. Does this book have anything cool? I'm gonna say this is more propaganda, but I have no idea who the propaganda's for. So we'll just leave it at that. This looks a little weird up here. I wonder what that's about. Real quick, we're gonna open up this door. Because this was locked on this side, we just unlocked the door, basically. And as you can see... Oop, there's a chest here, first of all. I should have got that earlier. This leads us back to basically the beginning of the dungeon. We're back at the crystal room by the council chamber. So let's go ahead and go back up, and we're going to interact with that mirror we saw. It was, in fact, a mirror, even though it didn't really look like it. And, something weird's gonna happen. We are back in the same room. However, it is now a kind of dark version of the same place. There's a checkpoint here, which was not here before. We don't really need to rest at it right now. We're in the Council Tribunal rather than the Council Chambers. Slightly different name. However, this all looks the same so far. We were just here. I don't remember if that was there, but it probably was, that fireplace. Oh, and our big crystal is gone, and these enemies are here. Oh, I did not see him. We also got up to level 2, which is good. Oh, I forgot they were flying, sorry. It's reloading. I'm missing so many shots, oh my god. I should have been using my other gun. I probably should have rest, actually, for more ammo. That probably would have been smart, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and get some ammo, or reloaded rather. Although I do need more ammo. So let's go ahead and enter into the council chamber. As you can see, well, first off, there's that guy. This guy's actually a really scary guy. Let's start by slowing him, I think, actually. Oh, that's a big mouth. I don't know if you can tell. He should... Yeah, he bled out. Focus on the flying ones. I knew I heard another shot. Let's go ahead and use Dragonheart to heal us. Oh, there's just more coming. Is there any ammo down there? Yes, there is. I love me some long gun ammo. I did not want to get hit. There we go. More long gun ammo. I think there's more. Yeah, there's actually a lot in this room. I don't know if they're gonna all wake up at once, or if I should start shooting them. But yeah, we're back basically in the same room. We are on the other side of the glass floor. If you look closely, you can see that the 3 council members are on their little pedestals, but they're not on this side. And you can also see these things are mismatching, like I said earlier. This is actually a little puzzle. You go ahead and remove the incorrect ones. This tells you these are each of the different people's seals. This also tells you which one is which, so... I think blue was Savon, is that correct? Yep. Go ahead and use it there, because that's the matching one below. And this one is Onoril's. Meaning this one is Niall? Is that her name? Niall? Let's dismiss all of that. And the door that, they didn't want to open the door for us on that side because they didn't want any of themselves to tamper with the evidence. But we're about to investigate the crime scene. Now, you might remember they were talking about, you know, an assassination against a person called the One True King. That may be this individual. He's currently not doing too good. This is actually, for the most part, a corpse. They just left his corpse sitting here for whatever reason that is, I guess. And we can climb his little... We saw a statue of him when we first arrived to this place, so he's pretty interesting looking. There's also the moon. It's very big. Let's go ahead and climb up, and we can see if we jump up here. Assassin Seal. This is another ring. Let's go ahead and look at it. Can I press... I'll just press that one. I don't know what button to press to open up the character menu. The Assassin Seal reduces enemy awareness range by 25%, increases all damage dealt to enemies not targeting the wearer by 10%. I think this is a very good ring for us, because most enemies will be focusing on our dog, because we got the guard dog for now. So we'll go ahead and keep that on. One final thing, though. We want to try to jump up there, which we were able to. So this is the back of the One True King, and there's a little dagger that was stuck into him. We can remove it as evidence. And if we were to inspect the dagger, we might notice that is a sigil on the end, and we know where this sigil actually came from, because we just did a little puzzle involving those very same sigils. I think we might have to fight our way out of this. Yep, we do. Owie. Oh, I'm down. Okay. Our dog can save us, though. I thought I had a little bit more health. Yep, our dog used our relic to give us health. I think I might use another one to just get full health. And they should be focusing the dog because I made him howl, so let's go ahead and finish these guys off. Where's the other one? Oh, I'm worried something's going to sneak up on me, but I would like these guys to die. There we go. These guys are not happy we found our way in here, but that's fine. This is where we needed to get evidence anyway. Okay, let's make sure that's loaded. I feel like there's going to be more fighting, but it's actually fine if we die. We got what we needed. I just wanted to double check which one I think it is. So the red one that looked like that, you can see their sigils again. That's like a diamond shape. This one's kind of a sideways eyeball. This one, I don't know how to describe it. Let's say an X pattern. The sigil on the dagger was a red eye. Yep, it was. So we can confirm that this middle one is the council one. I believe this one is Honoril. It'll show us the symbols again, so we got our evidence. Let's go ahead and accuse the person of the crime of... I can't remember the name. Regicide, that's the one. I was going to say patricide, but that's for killing a father. Whereas regicide is killing a monarch. We don't really need to rest here, so we can just go out the mirror and then walk around back to the council chamber, because we're right next to it. Let's go ahead. And yeah, that's kind of one of the gimmicks of this world we found ourselves in, this Fey world. There is like a light and dark version of a lot of places. Not every single place, but a lot of places. I'm going to go ahead and rest here. Not that I think I actually need to. Sure, we'll talk about consumables for some reason. Let us go ahead. They theoretically could see us while we were doing that, so I'm always a little weird what they were thinking about that. They don't mention it, though.
Here to waste more of our time?
I have news about who aided the imposter.
Tread carefully now, stranger. For Fey law is strict and swift, and you stand to accuse one of its highest-ranking members.
If you accuse one of us, you must have evidence, new evidence, to support your claim. The penalty for frivolous accusations against the Council is steep.
It is death, foreigner. At least for you. Swift and immediate.
Are you prepared to make an accusation according to our laws?
I am prepared to make an accusation.
Then speak. Who among us aided the imposter?
It was Honoril, the eyeball-looking one. Now, I will say this. It is not always Honoril. If you re-roll this same event, the same dungeon, and do this, you might get one of the other two as the imposter. You have to get the evidence of the dagger and look at it to know which one did it. In my case, it is Honoril.
What? Preposterous! I won't ask you for proof of such a frivolous accusation, for there is none you could have.
I would like to give this dagger I found embedded in the one true king's body.
What is that? It has nothing to do with me.
Is that not your crest on the dagger, Honoril?
A fake, then. The foreigner is casting a
To be fair,
aspersions
why
on my
would you put
character.
your own crest
Your character
on
needs no
the
external
assassin's weapon?
aspersions to expose it. Savan, would you please confirm?
I do confirm. This dagger is proof of your guilt, Oniro. What I don't understand is why. You have always sought refuge in the law.
That law became a mockery. a facade to protect him. With the king removed, I hoped we could finally rule as was our intent. I could not know that imposter would be one and the same. I could not know this beast would prove at all resourceful. May you die a worse death than all of us.
You have broken both Fey law and our trust, and must now face the consequences.
That's a little gruesome, but is in accordance with Fey law, as they say.
I should not be grateful for the death of any Fae, but I am relieved.
Here, stranger. Take this as thanks for your service to our council. Now go, stranger. For there is much to be done, and you need have no part in it.
Thank you, thank you. We completed this little side dungeon. Again, all of this was actually optional. I did not mention that before. I think this one is actually always an optional one. There's some that I think can be either or. They gave us a new sword. It actually looks really freaking cool. You can see it on the side. I didn't mean to jump. It's got a pretty cool quick combo and a lot farther range. And if I do this, it does that for the neutral dodge combo. So I think we will use this as... I really like the sword. I kind of forgot this was the reward for doing this, to be honest. But I'm glad we got that. I think you could talk to them for maybe a little bit more story, but yeah, in my case, Onoril was the traitor. Sometimes it's Niall, sometimes it's Saban. You really just have to look at the dagger and compare the crests. Yeah. Let me see, how am I doing on time? I think that might be a good place to stop for the second episode. I'm glad you guys have... Well, I guess I don't know yet. I'm still in the same recording session. I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I am. I'm glad we got this event. This one tells a lot of the story of this place, I think, kind of more passively, whereas a lot of the stories of other places, we kind of have to read into it and kind of make our own deductions about it. But so far, it is pretty clear from these guys that somebody assassinated the king. There's an imposter who is now trying to be the one true king, quote unquote. These guys don't like it, but they had to kind of fix it for themselves this way. They didn't know who they could trust. I think a little bit of commentary about these guys specifically. I think all three of them are very untrustworthy. First off, they're High Fae Council. They're the government in this case. They definitely... I mean, they have books in this place that say trust is a bad thing to have, or to use, essentially, to believe in. They were just looking for a reason to knock down one of them. Every single one of them was just, hey, we want to gang up on the other one. But they didn't know which one of them they could trust. They just used us as an excuse to get the correct one, quote unquote. Like, it was, in my case, Onoril that was the traitor, but by the very nature that either one of them, or any one of them could be the traitor in other versions of this same event, tells a lot that this isn't really about them, you know, punishing the betrayer. It's them centralizing the power more, because now instead of a tribunal, they are now just two people. A duel? I don't know what to call that, but anyway, that's just my little hot take. Not really hot. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next episode.